In this video, I go real in depth about how to grow your business by doing less, not more. This isn't about being lazy, but rather about being smart and strategic, identifying and focusing on what's most important and what's going to get you the best results and the biggest returns, rather than burning yourself out and spreading yourself way too thin trying to do everything at once. And it all starts with the understanding that having more products and offering more services does not equal more profits. One of the hardest but most important concepts to understand in business is the idea that less is better. Of course, we've got to put this in context, but the concept of less being better is such an important point that it's considered a law in marketing, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a business out there that doesn't increase their revenue, profit, and market share after they adopt and embrace this attitude. This idea of less but better is really called the law of sacrifice, and it's law number 13 in the 22 immutable laws of marketing. It's the idea that you have to give up something in order to get something. Steve Jobs knew this, and he brought Apple back from the brink of bankruptcy when he slashed their product lines from 6 to 1, and said deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. This is why taking a good hard look at your business's current offers is usually the best place to start. Identifying every single product or service or widget or knickknack or paddywhack, basically anything that you sell that doesn't make the grade. Now, there are a number of ways to do this, but my favorite is the good old 80-20 rule, which you can do by first writing down everything you offer on a sheet of paper or the Notes app on your iPhone or iPad is fine too, and then ranking them all in terms of revenue from least to most. Then look at the top 20% of products or services that you're selling and start putting more time and attention there. But more importantly, look at the bottom 20% of your business's offers and start thinking real hard about getting rid of them, which is good for a couple reasons. First, the odds are good that the bottom 20% of your products and services are not only not making you money, but are actually losing you money in regards to fulfillment or delivery costs. Plus, offering your customers more choices isn't the business growth secret it once was, back when things were hard to find. Nowadays, your customers are overwhelmed with options, so offering them more stuff, especially stuff that doesn't make you a whole lot of money, doesn't really make a lot of sense and just leads to you overwhelming and confusing them even more. And it's diluting your brand and hurting your position in the marketplace. You see, an important note here is that your potential customers are more likely to choose you if they know that they can rely on you for just one main thing, rather than this mishmash smattering of a whole bunch of different stuff. It's like the old saying goes, the jack of all trades, master of none. Next, you want to apply this same less but better logic to your customer or client list as well, writing down the names of all your customers or letting your software put together a nice pretty spreadsheet and then ranking them all from top to bottom in regards to revenue. Just like before, dedicating more time and resources to your top 20% of customers, but then firing or reassigning your lowest 20% of customers to someone else who may be able to serve this lower revenue customer better. There's an expression I heard once that I absolutely love that said everybody deserves to be somebody's best customer. So do both you and them a favor by helping your bottom 20% of customers find new homes, because continuing to try to serve and please them isn't doing either of you any good. Once that's sorted and you're clear on what offers you should be focusing on and what segment of customers you want to serve most, the next step then is to get clear on exactly what to say in order to take someone who's never heard of you before and turn them into a lifelong loyal customer that loves you and your business. But the problem with most businesses, marketing, and messages is that they're usually either far too confusing and complicated, which leads to frustrated and overwhelmed customers, or the messaging is too bland and boring and generic, and therefore it gets overlooked or completely ignored. This is why it's here that you really want to take a step back from all of your marketing to look at it from that 30,000-foot objective level and realize that if it's not doing what you thought it would or doing as well as you hoped it would, the secret isn't just shouting more or yelling louder. Rather, it's in making sure that you're crystal clear about what you do, who you do it for, and then finding a way to clearly communicate that to your ideal target market. So to help you get this part right, I want to introduce you to a rapid-fire message testing framework that I like to use. And it's actually something that I first learned about over a decade ago when Tim Ferriss was explaining how he used Google Ads to test different titles and subtitles for his book, The 4-Hour Workweek. I thought it was genius, and I've used the strategy ever since. As a quick side note, using this strategy is how I came up with the name for the Digital Marketing Academy, although, fun fact, Modern Marketing Academy was a pretty close second. So here's how to do a quick and dirty split test of your very own using a very simple advertising strategy. First, select whichever ad platform you feel most comfortable with. Could be Google, could be Facebook or Instagram, but one of those three is typically going to work best for this kind of test. Next, make a list of 3 to 5 simple offers using something I call the clear offer formula. So here's what the clear offer formula looks like. The clear offer formula goes, we help Y with X so you can Z without W. The Y is your target market, the X is what you do or sell, the Z is the benefit that your target market wants, and the W is something that your target market doesn't want, that you can help them avoid. So here are a couple examples, starting with one for a nutrition code. I help new moms lose 10 pounds so they can get back into their favorite clothes without giving up the foods they love. Now, let's do another one for a business consultant. We help small businesses reduce their annual business taxes by 34% so they can put more money in their pockets without risky investments or sketchy accounting practices. Try to come up with a few different variations of what you do, as well as the key benefits that you feel that your offer, your service, your product provides to your target market. Then take those and load them up into Google or Facebook ads, like I'm going to show you how to do in just a second. Now, because you're only running this simple campaign in order to figure out which message resonates best, you don't need to worry about pixels and tracking and conversions and all of that other fancy advertising stuff. So let me walk you through how to set up a simple campaign now using Facebook ads. First, log into your Facebook ads account, then click Create to make a new campaign. Choose Traffic, leave A/B test off as you want more control over what budget gets shown. Select the website option to send traffic to. This website could be a landing page or just your website's homepage, as all we're trying to do here is see what people click. Then enter your targeting, including where your market lives, what age range they fall into, and an interest that they have. Like for our previous examples, new moms, which you can target by selecting women, and new parent in the last 12 months. Or for our example number 2, which was small business owners, well, you can target them by selecting, well, small business owners. Advantage placements is fine here, then click Next to create the ad. Put the main offer you're testing in the primary text box, put the target market that you're targeting in the headline, and don't worry too much about the description. But if you have another tagline or promise or hook or something that you could put there, well, you can go ahead and put that in there. Leave the call to action as learn more and put in your website's URL and you're pretty much good to go. The only thing we didn't cover here is what image to use, so let me cover that quickly now. For regular Google search ads, an image is obviously not an issue because the ad itself is primarily text-based. But for Facebook ads, you want to try to find an image that's clean and clear and simple and probably even literal, and then most importantly of all, you want to use that same image across all of your tests. Also, this next part hurts me a little bit inside to say, but for this image that you're going to be running the tests with, it might even benefit to make it a little boring. I mean, avoid stock footage with like the business people all shaking hands or high-fiving, but now is also not the time to take the complete opposite end and go wildly creative with crazy ideas. This is because we want to keep the focus on the message. So for our new mom ad, I might use an image that looks, well, like this. And for our small business owner, because we're offering tax services, well, I might try something like this. Fun fact, I actually used both of these images before in previous campaigns, and they performed incredibly well. One thing I did do though is add a tiny bit of text in the empty white space on the images to sort of further enhance and promote the offer. Also, I know I just said not to get overly clever and overly creative, but I thought you might find it interesting to know that I've also used this image in the past as well when targeting business owners with other business and marketing and finance related topics. Okay, we're almost ready to move on because now you've got a campaign and an ad set and an ad, but now what you want to do is go back to the ad set level and then duplicate this 2 or 3 times. Now the reason that we're duplicating it at the ad set level is to make sure that we're spreading out the budget based on our needs and our preferences, rather than having Facebook prematurely declare a winner just by dumping a whole bunch of different ads into one single ad set. I appreciate if you've never done this before, it sounds a bit confusing, but I assure you once you go through it a couple times, it'll all make perfect sense. So duplicate that ad set 2 or 3 times, then go in and find the corresponding matching ad with each ad set and update in order to test different hooks, different offers, and different messages. When you're running these campaigns, you can choose to set your budget at the ad set level, as little as a few dollars a day if you don't mind getting your data back a little bit slower, or you can spend as much as you like if you want to accelerate the learning process and really getting feedback on which messages resonate and which ones miss the mark. But if you're looking for a way to get even better results from your marketing without even needing to spend a single extra penny, then I've got a few secrets to share with you that are going to show you a few little tweaks that you can make about how you present and talk about your offer. So to help you do that, I've linked up a video right here that's going to show you how to use 15 different psychological marketing triggers that will make people buy from you. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in that video.